Hello, hello! Limerence here! Today I'll be taking you on a tour of my rose-shaped island. You can look at my island at my dream address, and I've also put a handful of my custom designs on the online portal. Before we begin the tour, here's a quick look at my map. You may have seen an early version of this map on my now inactive Animal Crossing Twitter. It's a little different now, but the main shape is the same. To be honest, I never really finished my island, but because of the November update, I was hoping to completely reshape my island to make space for farming and new furniture. I wanted to make this video as a record of my early game progress. I had to organize a lot of my spaces around the rose's petal shapes, so a lot of sections look a bit awkward in practice. Despite these limitations, I'm honestly quite happy with how my island looks. Each of my villagers have custom yards. Here's Bob's house, and here's Punchy's house. They share a yard. Here's Meringue's house. She has a little picnic area outside, and up on this raised area is the campsite. Here's where I just dumped a lot of flowers. A little area with pink shells, and my DIY recipe dumping ground. Here's my main plaza, and the entrance to my island. This is what you see if you visit. I have a little beach here for the bees, and this is my store area. This is Poppy's yard. It used to be Octavian's, but he moved out and I couldn't be bothered to change it. Here we have Whitney's house, Whitney's yard, Lottie's yard, my special boy Marshall's yard, and a pier with a little cushion. Here is Joey's yard, and here is Fang's yard. Quite simple. Marina's yard, lots of pink, a little bit of a rest spot here, and here is my crafting station. You'll notice that I have a lot of waterfalls everywhere, just absolutely everywhere. The endless sound of rushing water. Here's the main path. It's up to my house. I really like this path. Take a look at my fruit trees. Up here is my museum area with some outdoor statues, and also this chess set, some fossils. These big fossils you can't really see because they're too tall. I also have a bath area, a little public bath. It's nice for taking pictures in. Have a quick look at Asher's house. Asher is my edgy goth boy. A lot of his house actually isn't quite finished yet, but nonetheless, it still does have quite a bit of feeling to it, I think. Let's go into the back. He's supposed to be like kind of like this edgy, educated musical character. So here's his music room. Here's his study. Wander over to his bedroom. Here's a kind of stargazing upper room. This one is quite empty, as you can tell. The lower room is also similarly empty. It's supposed to have a museum theme. That's what his house looks like. So we're gonna wander down this way, take a look at the cafe. So I'll go back around here, take a look at my orchard. My island is a little bit of a maze. It's hard to navigate efficiently. I think that's another reason I want to rebuild everything. Here I have my tiny pumpkin patch. I have a grave site for my friend who is very assuredly not dead. Take a look at this area. So here is a kind of like a little outdoor stage. So the performer sits here. Space for singers is stuck here, and they can look up at the piano. So some flowers. Here's a well. And here is my big island gradient. I also have this little area that I completely forgot about before, where I was trying to breed more flowers, and it's a little bit overrun by weeds because I forgot it existed. And then finally we'll get to the centerpiece of my island, which I think looks nice both nighttime and daytime. This is a great place to take photos with friends. Let's have a look at my house. I'm very proud of my house. I think that I really did my best putting it together. So here's my living room. It's a combined living room with kitchen. It's quite cluttered. Here's a kind of beachside rest area. Have a look at it with the lights on. We'll go into Handicrafts Room, which is meant for sewing and weaving and all that good stuff. And if you get tired, you can take a nap. This side is a recreation room where you can sit around and play music or watch TV. Take it easy. Just sit down and rest a little bit. I also like this room with the lights off. Let's go upstairs, where you can't really access most of the room because there's too much stuff scattered everywhere. And finally, we'll go into my bedroom. So my bedroom is meant to have a feeling of looking out into a rainy garden. Are you excited for the new update? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.